Welcome to today's webinar. Today we're going to focus on the club fundraising feature in the Athletics Ireland membership platform. In case this is your first webinar, just as people are joining here, you'll notice that your cameras and your microphones are off by default. But if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to pop them in the chat box or the Q&A option. And as well, we'll be leaving our details here. So if anyone would like to set up a one-on-one call to discuss any kind of fundraising ideas, you can definitely reach out to us directly here as well. My name is Leanne. I am joined here today by Tim and Hugh from our membership department and event master, and Catherine as well from our fundraising department. So we're just going to take you through a few slides and show you a live demo of the system as well and how you can use it to generate funds for your club throughout the year. So again, it's because the membership platform is linked through the Event Master platform. We have three core products. So you'll notice as well for permanent events, your membership and the fundraising, it's all linked together, all in the one platform. So this is an added benefit for clubs as well using the system. For club fundraising, there's just a few ideas here. For yourselves, you probably have a better idea of what you're looking to raise money for in the club, where if it's tours or competitions, or you want to have any kind of new facilities or equipment. And again, obviously, this is really key for your own club members, but it can be really, it's your local community that can support you through the platform for these different areas as well. Again, feel free to pop in the chat box if you're thinking of any particular different fundraising campaigns throughout the year. Definitely let us know, and any questions, just pop them in here as we go along. For the fundraising platform, just like the membership platform, all donations go directly to your club in real time through your connected Stripe account. Unlike other platforms, there isn't a fee for clubs to use the fundraising side of the system. So there is no platform fee on your donations. And as well for the banking charge, the donor is actually asked if they'd like to cover it for you. So you receive 100% of those donations. Just like the membership system as well, you have access to real-time reporting for all fundraiser activities as well for your donations and transactions as well. We launched the fundraising integration back in 2021, and now we've over 400 onboarded benefactors. So that is some of the larger charities you'll see here, as well as clubs that have come on board, different schools. So it's for everyone. And likewise, if you do want to, even partner with a specific charity throughout the year and split the funds equally between the two, that's fully possible throughout the platform as well in terms of different fundraising models. There's been great success with the platform. Again, the Dublin Marathon is one of the biggest platforms, but the one for most Athletics Ireland organisers you'll be used to is the Athletics Ireland fundraising campaign. So for this campaign on the system, for anyone having permanent events, they can be automatically linked to the overall Athletics Ireland fundraising campaign. So you'll notice here, this is the huge impact that you've all had this year by having fundraising on your events. Again, this is just actually a small portion for Tim and Hugh. If you do want to have a custom fundraising campaign on your event where, say, there's a specific charity available for selection, or the main benefactor for the event for fundraising is for the club itself, you can have a totally customized fundraising campaign here instead. Is there any questions so far? Again, feel free to pop them in the chat box and we can go to them as we come along, or we'll definitely go through them at the end then as well in case you missed anything. But this is just a preview again of what all the kind of the custom campaigns do look like on the events. The flow is really simple. So as people are signing up to your event, if you do have integrated fundraising on it, When they come on to register, they're asked for their details as normal. And at the next step, they are asked if they'd like to fundraise while taking part. So it gets people to stop and think, is there a particular cause that's close to them? And if they want to make a difference by taking part in the event this time. If people say yes to fundraising, they'll automatically get a link to their fundraising page with their tickets. So it's all done in the one user journey and flow, essentially. So they can manage their fundraising page and their tickets to your event all in the one place. There are different options for you if you do decide to have integrated fundraising from the event side of it. So, for example, you might have your club as the main benefactor on your event. You might decide to partner with a specific charity and split the money automatically between. Because we use Stripe, how this works essentially is that if I come on and say you're partnering with Breast Cancer Ireland and your club are on the same campaign, and I donate €20 to my sister's fundraising page. €10 will go directly to the club, and €10 will go directly to Breast Cancer Ireland in real time. So the money is split automatically between and also in real time as well. So you don't have to worry about transferring funds to the charity partner that you decide to link up with. The third option as well, this is the one that would be on the main Athletics Ireland fundraising campaign, is that all charities are available for selection. A common query we get is, if you're slightly apprehensive about having fundraising on your events, obviously if it's a fundraising focused event, you can have this as pages being automatically created as people register. So it's turned on by default. But there is another option then as well. So people will be asked if they would like to fundraise while taking part. So this can be defaulted to yes, or it can just be a normal yes/no selection. So a few different options there, just so people have the option to fundraise. But there's always an option if they're not going to do it on a particular campaign as well. If you are considering having fundraising from an event point of view and for permanent events or even any other of your events throughout the year, we found it's been a really great marketing tool for all organisers on the platform across a range of events, particularly from the participation event side of it. If people are taking on a particular challenge, if they want to run 5K for the first time, 10K, the participation events have really huge uptake in fundraising. So essentially, as you would have seen there, as people register, they automatically have a link to their fundraising page as they've signed up to the event. And when they're sharing their page online, their fundraising page is linked to the event itself as well. So your event gets wider visibility as people are sharing their fundraising pages online that they're taking part. We found as well, even through our own events, that the media uptake in, good news stories that come from events of people fundraising and making a difference can be really high also. And again, across the board, there tends to be higher participation rates because people are more inclined to take part in the event together to fundraise. We find a really good tip if you are considering doing this as well is putting an option on the event to ask why people are taking part. This can give you access in as well to great human interest stories, and a lot of organisers and clubs would use this as well on their social media channels to, as highlighting different people who are taking part in the event and the impact that they're making as well. If you do decide to partner with a charity on a specific event, or even if you have all charities available for selection, more and more charities are using their uh, followers and their supporters in promoting them to take part in events that they're available for selection on in. So, for example, they'll be sharing the event on their social media channels, and you'll have access, essentially, if you are doing a partnership with them, for to have access to all their ambassadors also. In the campaigns, which you'll see now as well, there is a built-in leaderboard. So even if you're looking to do a campaign with just all your own club members or everyone, there is a built-in leaderboard and a fundraiser of the week feature. So really great to get that competition going if there is any really competitive members in the club as well, or any participants in particular. And again, if you're looking at growing your event and looking for event sponsors, having a linked campaign to your event, particularly a custom one, it can be fantastic in terms of looking for sponsorship from different companies in your local community in terms of coming on board for the events, because they can clearly see the impact that your event is making for different charities in the area as part of their CSR efforts in terms of getting them on board for different sponsorships. That it kind of covers the event side of it. But again, any questions in particular on the event side, feel free to pop them in here and we can go through them as well. Um, Tim, is there anything there you'd like to add from the kind of the permanent event side or the fundraising campaign setup side of it?
Not really, Leanne. By default, the Athletics Ireland campaign is linked, but if anybody wants to have a customized campaign created, myself or Hugh or Catherine can get that set up. That's no problem.
Great. And there's actually no, whether if it's the Athletics Ireland campaign or if you want a custom campaign made for your particular event, there's no additional cost for this either. So it's definitely worth your while if you would like a custom one on the event to definitely let us know. For fundraising campaigns, so we've covered the event side, but you can actually set up your own campaigns without linking it to an event. Again, the campaign page looks the very same. So you'll have your fundraiser leaderboard, your fundraiser of the week, and you'll be able to customize this with your club branding, be it your colors, your banners, and your different call to action buttons. So your donate now and your start fundraising. That's just another example here for a different fundraising campaign. And just to show you a live one here in terms of your club page. So when you come into the system, which we'll show you here as well, you will have access to your own generic club page as well. So this is just the Kilkelly City Harriers, just as an example. So your club page as well, people can donate directly to or start fundraising for you from there, and you can even add in your own social media. So we'll be taking you through this as well in the flow of the next few slides. A big one in terms of the campaigns, in terms of how people can support you. So the first one would obviously be through the event side of it if you are having permanent events, and then you can set up your own campaigns. So for the campaigns, we've added in a new functionality, which is really popular now, especially with charities, but it'll be amazing for clubs as well. So if you want to engage with club members or even your wider community in getting them involved and taking part in different challenges, so you can do step challenges, distance challenges. I think we actually have a squat challenge going on at the minute for the Matter Foundation. So we can be totally customizable to you. But this from the front end, this is what it looks like. So on your campaign page, um, on your fundraiser pages, they'll have access to log their challenge records. So when people come on to the different fundraisers on your campaign, they'll see how many steps they've done, how much they've raised, so they can fundraise and take part in the challenge simultaneously. So this was built last year, essentially, and the common piece of feedback from charities using it was that, or using other platforms, was that people were either taking part in the challenge and not fundraising, or they were fundraising and not taking part in the challenge. So this fully integrates the two, and it has had fantastic results for different charities across the platform as well. So just to show you here, if a fundraiser comes on and clicks on the update challenge button, they can really easily just pop in the date, the distance that they've walked, or if it's like the number of steps or the number of squats, whatever you're going to get creative with your challenges. They can put in a comment and upload an image as well, and this is added to their page and their challenge records. Once they've done that, they're prompted to share their page then as well. So it makes it really inclusive in terms of they can share it on whatever preferred method they want. They don't necessarily need to have a Facebook page or different social media things. They can send it through WhatsApp or different platforms to get support. So each time they update their challenge, it makes it more personable as well, that they're encouraged to share the page and show their progress as well. There is built-in communications for you. So if you do decide to run a challenge through the platform, there is automated communications built in. So as people sign up, they'll get a welcome email, and whether they're an active fundraiser or an inactive fundraiser, they're going to get a customizable set of emails from you. So for the inactive, they're obviously going to be sent more encouragement emails and fundraising tips. Again, these can all be defaulted. Even the default communications used have had fantastic results for different charities the last few years. And as well, then you can fully customize your milestone email. So when people are hitting those fundraising targets, whatever you decide, whether if it's once they've hit €100, €250, 500, 1,000, you can customize those congratulations emails then to fundraisers. So you're keeping in touch with them throughout the whole journey. So be it your own club members that are fundraising or even people in your wider local community as well. Again, you have your built-in fundraiser of the week feature. You don't need to calculate who's done the best this week if you want to give them a shout out, be it internally in the club or even on your own Facebook or different social media channels. And for anyone looking to be more advanced in running the campaigns, we do have built-in Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel, so you can target people with your ads and keep track of all the different engagement on your fundraising campaigns as well. We won't be going into that today, but if that is of interest, definitely reach out and we can go through that with you as well. This is just an example from the Irish Heart Foundation, who've had great success in using the challenges on the system. And they've done, this is their 100 kilometer in a month. So it's like walk a dog, walk your dog in June, this campaign that they ran. So again, you'll see on the campaign page, it pulls in your fundraiser leaderboard, the total kilometers walked by everyone in the challenge. And again, there's still the option for people to donate directly to the challenge here then as well. So just to show you, we might go through the onboarding process. So we'll show you the flow. So the fundraising is completely built into the membership platform here. So you can navigate directly to it from your own membership, your club profile. So when you come into your club profile section, you'll notice there is an integration tab up here. So this is where the fundraising option is to get in here. Just to note, if you don't have a Stripe account connected or club products on the system, this won't be available to you. You need to have your Stripe connected to the system to have access to the fundraising side of it. So there's somewhere to send the donations essentially. For the fundraising side of it. So if you haven't set up the fundraising profile already, this is what you'll see. So you'll see the option to create fundraising account or fundraising information. So if you want to find out more, we do have an information page on everything, or you can reach out to us. But if you click on fundraising account, if you're just getting started, you'll see the benefactor setup form. So it's very straightforward for clubs. A lot of this information will be pulled in by default from your club profile. So your club name, even if you have any custom club colors, these can be added in here. So it's your club name, contact details, your address. The organization story is just a bit of blurb about your club to display on the page if anyone's coming to visit it. Your logo, if you don't have a specific club logo, the Athletics Ireland one will be pulled in by default. And you can fully customize your club colors here as well. Perfect. You can also opt to accept offline donations by fundraisers here as well if you'd like to. And then the other sections are if you want to add in your links to your social media platforms to connect them to your charity page as well. This is where you can add those. But these are totally optional. And as well, you can customize what you want your different milestones to be here then as well. So once you've filled in this form, this is the screen you're going to see. So the next step is just to link your already connected Stripe account to the membership platform, to the fundraising side of it. Um, I think if there's any clubs, I think there might be a few already that have gotten this far, but if there's any one having difficulty connecting their Stripe, just let us know. But essentially, if you have your Stripe open in a different tab, you can just click on Connect with Stripe and it should link straight away for you as well. So once that is connected here, you're going to have access to your club page, which I'll just show you our test club here. So once you have connected your Stripe, you're going to have your dashboard summary, essentially of the different fundraising activities on the system for you. And this is your charity page. So if you click on my charity page, this will show you all the different fundraisers you have at the minute, what different campaigns they're taking part in, whether you're running a permanent event and it's on there, and they're fundraising for your club, or you want to, you've done your own custom step challenge as well. So they're all pulled in here for you, and people can donate directly or start fundraising. So even if you didn't want to set up your own custom campaigns on the system or have anything like that. Even if you wanted to put a simple donate now link, that can be placed on your website or on your social media channels if you're looking to raise funds for the club, or your start fundraising button here as well. If you all your club branding will be pulled in here by default, so you'll have your own, club logo, and you can also add in any custom questions here, if you'd like to as well. The first section then you're going to see in here is the fundraising campaigns. So for permanent events, Tim and Hugh will create and link those for you on the permanent events. But for any of your own customized campaigns, you can add these all year round yourself. So I've just set up a challenge here just to show you how easy it is to set up yourselves if you do decide to go down this route for fundraising. So this one's already set up, but if you want to set up a new one, you're just going to click on Create Fundraising Campaign up here, but all the different controls are the same. So I'm just going to edit our draft one here that we just have. So it's very simple. So you just need to name the campaign. You can put in a description on the campaign. Maybe your this campaign is to raise funds for new equipment or a new track, or you're going to the European Championships and you're trying to, help raise funds for travel for the team. So you can again fill out the description here. By default, your club will be pulled in here as the main benefactor, and you can also control the how long you want this fundraising campaign to run for. So how long do you want it to be open? Is it going to be a year-round campaign? Are you doing Is your 5K a day running for a month? For example, if you want to get people active in and competitive in January, maybe. So here you just set the dates just from the calendar view. Your logo will be pulled in by default, and as well, you can customize where the email alerts should be going to here for the main promoter. If you want to add in any custom questions, these are in here as well. So in this one, we've just added in an address and a mobile number. You have access to a library of custom questions here. So if you decide, oh, I actually do need that person's, say, county as well, I'm just going to click on Add Question, click OK for it to be added. That's been added in. So I have the tick box there, close it, and that's been added here to my custom questions. And say, for example, I can just move it up here. So it's close to the, say we'll do the mobile number first, and then we'll do the address line 1, 2, then county. So you can easily just reorder those then as needed as well. The other area as well in terms of the simple setup is just adding in your banner image here to the branding. All this will be pre-populated with default text, so you don't need to worry about recreating the wheel every single time, but you can customize it as you would like to. So this is just the default fundraiser page text. So it's just thanking people for visiting their fundraising page. Text to display on registration. That's if you are having people sign up to the event, and you have an ask there to for people to fundraise while taking part. So you can customize the text that appears there, and then you can also customize the text to appear on the order complete screen. So again, you don't need to customize this if you don't want to, and if there isn't an event attached, you won't need this at all. So you add in your manage option here in your branding, and you have the option then to connect to your different social media networks. If they are already in your club account settings, again, they'll be pulled in automatically for you. And then there is other options here as well. So if you wanted to turn off the start fundraising button, say if you just wanted to collect donations on a particular campaign for, raising funds for the club equipment or whatever it is, you can remove that start fundraising button from the front page of the campaign. You can decide to keep the fundraising pages open longer, even after the campaign closes, and to allow any extra donations. So there's loads of different customization options here on this. From the financial side of things, the currency will be defaulted to euro. You can customize the target amount raised by each fundraiser, and as well, you can customize the default donations amount when people come on to support them, as well as the minimum donation on that as well. Again, guys, if there's any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat box or the Q&A. But again, the main things you'll need is just the campaign name, description, your dates. Again, your logo is pulled in by default, and we'd usually recommend having the banner image in there as well. So that's all you'll need essentially to get started from a really simple setup. For the challenge side of it, so I've just ticked on enable challenge, and if you do want decide to do the steps or squats or kilometers, whatever you'd like to do, this is where you control this. So again, it's really easy. So you just need to click the enable challenge, pop in a description of what you want people to do and how often you want them to do it. You decide on your units, so whether it's your steps or kilometers, miles, or your custom squats. You can have a personal target for each person, or you can decide to do a campaign target as well. So, say if you wanted the campaign overall to reach 100,000 kilometers or 200,000 kilometers for the whole campaign, again, you can just put whatever amount you'd like in here then as well, and what the different activity is. Um, So yeah, totally customizable for whatever different campaigns you'd like to run on the system as well. You can let people work in teams as well. So if you decide you want teams to be there, you can control, say, how many members can join the team. So say in here we have maximum 5, but if you don't want to limit the number of team members, you can just pop in 0. For the donation goal type, this essentially for teams, it will be maybe you want to do a fixed amount that teams should raise, or if it's dynamic, it will be based on the number of fundraising pages. So, say if you had a target of €100 as your fundraising target for each fundraiser, and there's say 5 people in the group, their target will be €500. But if it's 10 people in the group, their target will be €1,000. So it will all automatically update for you. Uh, you can have public teams, so like anyone can join the teams, or you can do private. So private just means there's going to be a password to join the teams if you want to make it a little bit more restrictive there then as well. And in the advanced section, here's where you control whether you want pages to be created automatically or if it's optional, or if the default is yes, if it's linked to an event. And now we have a built-in SMS confirmation. So, like we were saying there, if a person has signed up to fundraise for yourself, they get a link to their fundraising page by default by email. But if you have mobile number in as a custom question, you can opt to send them a text as well um, when they sign up with the link to their fundraising page. So they don't even need to go into their emails to get the link. So they have it texted to them. You can also customize the sender name on the text message they receive. So rather than coming from a Ventmaster or Give to You, you might want it to come from, Club ABC or Kilkenny City Harriers or whatever your club name is to come from you. You can also customize the sender name on the emails that they're receiving. So again, it's more personal if it's coming from the club rather than coming from a Ventmaster, or even if you wanted to use your own name, you can do that as well. And that's essentially it. I know a lot of customization options on it, but the basics are just your main information. We'd recommend popping in your banner image here to it. And again, the challenges are a great way to get engagement, get people active, get people taking part in the fundraising side of it, and then working as teams as well. So these would be the main areas. For setting up the campaign. And if I just click in here now, this is just a preview of our custom color, our banner. We can see there's no steps done just yet. And we have all our different links here for donations, for starting fundraising, for creating teams. And we can just share this link then as well publicly for any kind of sign-ups then there as well. Is there any questions on the campaign side of it or the different challenges? Again, if you have any custom fundraising campaign ideas or anything in particular, the team here, especially Catherine and Louise, have worked with a lot of different charities and clubs and schools in terms of different solutions in terms of what they're trying to do. So definitely reach out if there's anything you're thinking that's going to be popping up in 2025 in terms of funding and new and different ways to engage with either your club members or members of your local community in fundraising for you. We can definitely help. Again, it's just an added bonus to the system. There's no cost to receive the donations on this as well. The next section is your fundraiser section. So when you do have a lot of fundraisers, whether if it's club members or your local community, you can see them all coming in here. So again, this just gives you a brief overview in terms of any like recent ones that have joined, the total amount they've raised, if you just want to do any kind of quick searches. You have your donation payments then in a similar format, so you can keep track of the different donations coming in, which is all in real time. Your reports then, this is, if you want a more detailed download, or say if you're the treasurer and you want to look at the different donations that are coming through, you can look at them based on campaigns, or say you can just look at, say, all the donations that have come into the club. So you can do it based on particular date ranges, or if you just click on the Excel, it will just download for all of it, essentially. So again, very similar to your membership settings, you can just see what different campaign the donation came from, uh, the donor's name, the transaction IDs, their contact details if they've opted in to be contacted, and all the information you need there is all in real time as well. So again, your fundraiser section and your donors here are a great way to kind of have a quick view in terms of how often and the amounts of the different donations coming through, or how many new fundraisers you have. But your reports, again, are a powerful tool for your treasurer as well, or looking back on the year and seeing how successful everything was. In the communications tool, this is where you'll customize your automated emails. So you can just click into the different templates. So we have a custom one here. So this is where you can customize the different text, the different subject lines. Again, this is just our test one, but you can fully customize this as well. That's more relevant for your club specifically. In your account settings. So this is what we saw at the start. So when you're onboarding, you're going to have your go through this form. But if you decide you need to change anything at any point, you can do this through the account settings tab. So in here, a common one we get is if you would like to be notified of fundraisers. So right now we have no alerts, but you might decide, yeah, I'd like to get a daily email to let me know if anyone has signed up or how many fundraisers have signed up, or you can have an alert for every time a person um, s- so signs up to fundraise for your club as well. If you do have this turned on, you can put in a fundraising address or a email address rather to get these alerts. So not everyone is going to be getting an email in the club every time there's a new fundraiser. You can decide what email or emails should be added in here to get these daily updates or instant updates. If you decide to change your logo or change your banner image, you can change these in here as well. You can update the custom color in here also, and pop in or update any of your social media channels or your different milestones as well. So again, just a handy area to have access to as well to keep everything updated. In the advanced settings, you can manage the user. So if you want to say add in the treasurer or any other person that's going to be helping out with fundraising on the system, you can manage the user. So you can remove certain people, or you can add in different people with just their name or their email address. Then here as well. You can do your custom questions and apply them to all different campaigns that you're on. So if they're set at charity level here, they'll be turned on for all the different events. And for direct donation settings, if you would like a QR code for um, people to be able to donate to directly, you just pick the amount that you'd like people to be able to donate to, and you can easily have a QR code for people to scan and donate instantly. So this would be really handy if you're doing any collection buckets or people don't have cash, or if you want to put a donation link or a donation QR code on any kind of posters or anything like that in the clubhouse. For the QR codes, this is the only, because it is a there is no option for the donor. This is the only area where there is a platform fee for the donations. It's just for the QR code functionality, but for all of the other donations, there isn't a platform fee. There are widget options. Are there many clubs on the call that would have their own websites? And I can go through this in more detail. I think for a lot of clubs, the common one is that there would be, oh, great. I will pop to that. So, um, for this one, the widgets are, so if anyone is totally new to this, widgets can essentially, it's a form that sits on your website. So I'll show you the create. We'll do the donate now one. So for the donate now widget, these all work the same. So I'm just going to click into this section here. So this is basically a piece of I'll show you the preview. So this little box here is essentially what sits on into your website. So if you want to take donations, and we can show you the start fundraising option here as well. So if you want to have donations built into your site rather than having an external link, um, bringing people off somebody else, so some to a different website. This is the option, so they can pick their donation. They can decide to do a regular donation through the platform as well, or just do any kind of once-off ones. So this again goes directly to your club in real time, and they can fully customize the amount and the different currencies here as well. Um, so that is the donate now. Again, if anyone needs help setting these up, just let us know as well. And the create a page option down here. So say if you were running your 5K a day, and instead, if you didn't want people coming to this page to start fundraising, and come into this form here. The other alternative is to have the sign up on your page. So you can take a deposit for people to sign up, and that will be used as their first donation. But just for the most basic setup here, you'll just have to pick your campaign for from the drop down and just click on the preview button down here. So this will show you, say, if anyone was signing up to our 5K a day campaign that we just saw there, this is the little box that would sit into your website so you can allow people to have their get their fundraising page straight away. So essentially, it's just this in a second click through to a different website. You can create the fundraising pages directly through your own club website, or take donations directly to your own club website then as well, just by copying and pasting in this piece of code here onto the particular web page that you'd like it to be visible on. For the deposit, it's the very same. So for example, if we wanted to take a €15 deposit to take part in the campaign, or say we'll just do a new one here for, we'll say €25 and save it. Um, if I click on view, I have an updated piece of code here to put into the website, and instead of it's just the payment is built into the form then for you as well. So as soon as I pay the €25, that €25 is automatically put onto my fundraising page as my first donation. So there's been great engagement with this from charities so far, because we find that, once people have their first donations, they're more inclined to keep sharing the page because there's something there already, and it encourages them to keep going with campaigns. So it can be like a really good boost in terms of lifting fundraising from the get go on your different campaigns. Um, for clubs, the other one is your campaign calendar widget. For clubs, it's only registered charities that are listed for the larger events like the Dublin Marathon or the Cork Marathon, and all those different ones. Um, but if you are setting up a few of your own custom campaigns, the calendar widget essentially will just preview your own oh, we don't have any here for the test one, but it'll preview your own custom campaigns in this here, so people can browse different campaigns to support you in if you have a few different options there for people. And last but not least is the support option down here. So you don't need to worry about remembering everything I just said in today's webinar. We have a full suite of support resources. So if you do decide, oh, how do the SMS messages work again? How do I set them up? There's a guide for that. There's the insight into the different widgets and how to set them up, and even the most basic, how to add in a custom question, how to set up a campaign. There's loads of different guides here, and you can easily search through different resources for them in here as well. Uh, so there is a support guide for nearly every single option on the campaigns. But as mentioned, if you have any ideas, there's no additional cost for us to actually do the setup for you. But again, it's just great to kind of engage with you guys and show you that you have access to do this yourself, or if you did decide you wanted to dive right in and do it yourself, instead you have full access to do that. And again, if you are using it, how easy it is to customize or change any kind of settings on the fundraising side of it as you're going along. Uh, that is for, yeah, we just covered that here actually. So for the pricing structure, it's all done through Stripe. As a lot of you would know, if there's anyone on the call who doesn't have a Stripe account right now, it's free to set up. You just need a bank account to link it to. Um, and it's really straightforward. We recommend that clubs would set up Stripe as a sole trader, and as Stripe will request just a photo ID essentially for the Stripe account being set up. So again, it's really quick. You just need though that key documentation there of the photo ID, a bank account to link it to, and there is no charges. So for the if you're using the system for club fees, the charge is absorbed by Eventmaster for the bank transaction, so you'll have no additional charges from using Stripe. And it's the very same for the donation as well. So if somebody is donating to the club directly, they have the option to cover that 2% bank charge for you. But if they don't, that'll be taken automatically from the uh, donation amount as well. On average, we're seeing about 93% of donors will cover the charge for you. For them, it's only a tiny amount, but obviously for you and your club, that tiny amount adds up over time, especially if there's 100, 200, 2,000 donors on a particular campaign. Um, for again, feel free, guys, to pop in any questions here, and we can cover them if there's anything you'd like us to go back over. If there is a particular support resource you think would be really useful, for anyone that would like any one-on-one support or would like to chat to our fundraising team, or our events team even as well, just reach out to us. We'd love to chat to you, and we can go through. Obviously, this is our test club and test charities here as well. So again, if you want to have a one-on-one call to look at your club in particular or your particular fundraising campaign or different ideas, reach out to us, and we can kind of support you directly in that customization then as well. Great. I don't see any questions. Catherine, is there anything you'd like to add from the fundraising side of things before we finish up?
I think you covered it all fairly well. I suppose it's just to say that, any questions, just pop us an email at fundraising at Master, and either myself or Louise will get back to you straight away.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us live, guys. Again, if there's any questions, we'll be sending out the recording probably tomorrow, and we can put any additional resources in there as well. But we'd love to chat to you directly as well if anyone has any in particular questions. Um, so great. Yeah, we might leave there for today. And thanks again so much, guys, for chatting to us. And we'll talk to you again soon.